Well, hello everyone, Sean here, and welcome to this special video. Today, we're gonna do something a little crazy. It is in the morning right now, so I'm gonna be a little more quiet just to make sure I'm not overly excited or anything like that, because this is something I thought of doing for a long while and just wanted to find that right timing to do so. And basically what we're gonna do is combine every rinseless watch I have available in my garage that I can find, at least all the major ones I've tried in the past, at least most of them anyway, and combine them all into one container. So we're gonna have this little mini jug right here that holds 32 ounces of liquid. So the idea is to just have an ounce of every rinseless wash I have pretty much in the shot. And we're gonna go through each of them, have an ounce, put it all into this bottle right here, shake it up, and then we're gonna take the 256:1 dilution, of course, and throw that bad boy onto our sprayer and wash the car that way. Do a rinseless wash for our vehicle. All right, sounds simple, and yet I think it's going to be pretty interesting and fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and use this cup right here. It'll make things a little easier when it comes to measuring out each of the rinseless washes. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. And you know what? In fact, I almost forgot to bring one, which is the ethos one. I've always had this with me, but I used it once. It was good, but for some reason, this is the one I've forgotten the most. So we're gonna get this out of the way first. This is Ethos Hybrid Ceramic Rinseless Wash. We're gonna definitely throw that into here so we don't forget. Take a little sniff. Oh yes, that nice peachy smell to it. So we're gonna take an ounce, just like that, close enough. And we're gonna put that in the corner over there, just so we remember. All right, so far so simple. Next up, we're gonna have the iconic rinseless wash. I still have a bottle of this stuff, and then, oh yeah, we're gonna have to remember to shake it up for this one. Then, okay, make this a little easier for myself, and you guys can see it. Ooh, the color changed instantly to like a more of a purplish shade. And the cherry is definitely taking over the peachy smell. All right, so here's what it looks like right there. Very like a purplish color to it. It's really actually kind of cool. Next up, one of the famous ones right now, which is Clean by Pandy Organizer's Rinseless Wash. Squirt that in there. Okay, nice ounce of that. And nothing too wild with the color. And the smell is still like cherry. So the cherry is really coming through from the iconic rinseless wash. The peach and the scent from here is completely canceled out in this instance. And up next we have Nighthawk CTX rinseless wash. This is one of the more concentrated formulas, but even with that, we're not only going to shake it real well, we're still going to do an ounce. Yeah, it still has that sort of that watermelon smell to it, but still smells like cherry for the most part. So again, that cherry is really coming through, and it's still purple, surprisingly. Very purple, actually, if you want to look in there. Camera doesn't do it justice, honestly. All right, let's put that in the corner over there for CTX. Up next, one of the more different ones, I should say. This is the Bioworks Rinseless Wash Concentrate. This is one of the more like natural, quote unquote, ingredient focused rinseless washes out there. I actually do like this one. I have been using this for my glasses because of the natural ingredients. So I've been using this more for my personal use than the auto side of things. And I really do like the blueberry scent. So let's take a sniff of that. Oh yeah, real nice. So This one should be a little more simple, so we'll just take this, squeeze this guy right here. Okay, and take that into here. Oh man, I don't know if you can see this, but you can see the Nighthawk really sinking to the bottom. You just know it's heavy stuff, heavy stuff. So we're pouring an ounce of that stuff of Bioworks. Okay, let's take one of the taller bottles. This is Rapid Rinse Wash from Kalk Chemi. I have actually not actually used this officially on my vehicles. I've only just smelled the scent, and that's about it. So this is actually, I would say, my unofficial first use of it. But it's just being combined with other rinses washes, sadly. But we'll try this out someday. Okay, one of the more controversial ones, which is HydroSave. I remember having nightmares after using this because this permanently stained my legacy sponge, so I had to get another one. I don't know what is it about this formula, but apparently it does not do the same with microfiber towels. And so have not used it since my one-time use. It performs well. It's a rinseless wash. I feel like I should get something out of it. So let's just go ahead and use it. Surprisingly, it's like bubbly in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you can hear that. Those are bubbles popping. So let's take an ounce of that. Okay. It's still smelling more like cherries. Yeah. I think the cherry is just really taking over the smell. And it's got this like grayish purplish color right now. Again, the camera shows up as a different shade, but it definitely is more of a like that creamy yogurt, grape yogurt, blueberry yogurt actually type of color right now. But the cherry scent is still piercing through thanks to the iconic rinseless wash. But let's see if this will punch through, because Detail Co's Loki hybrid wash, or the surfactant-based rinseless wash, this scent I really like. It's the cucumber melon one. Just take a sniff of that. Oh man, that's the good stuff. This is 8 ounces in the cup now, so that means really gotta start pouring into that jug. And even, okay, so it did change the scent a little bit, but that cherry is still punching through. My goodness. Okay. So we're gonna put that jug in there. Or we're gonna put the thing in the jug. And then really get a bit of swirly. Okay. Yep, and so far it's still purple overall. I guess you could call it deep purple. But anyway. Okay, we still have quite a bit to go when it comes to rinseless washes to pour in. So for the next batch, I have this that I've been having sitting around in the garage for a bit. It is the Optimum Hyperfoam No Rinse rinseless wash. This is supposed to be the red ONR, and this is supposed to be the surfactant-based rinseless wash that foams up, and it's supposed to be, it's supposed to break down as a rinseless wash. But I've heard things from a number of people that it does not break down as well as something like Loki. And funny enough, this is, I think, another cherry scented rinseless wash. So definitely I think the cherry scent will be the dominant smell of this little experiment right here. So yeah, it's about an ounce. Yeah, that's a cherry smell. So anyway, all right. This is still, I would say, my favorite. It's been a battle between Hero and DIY Detail rinseless washes. It's just really hard to say because they're both great at what they're doing, and their scent is just immaculate, whether it be DIY Detail or Hero Rinseless, of course from Armor Detail Supply. So we're going to take an ounce of DIY Detail and pour it right into here. Simple enough. And let's see. Most of the cherry scent is still preserved. It's just something about cherries that just really hold on to that scent really well. But anywho, DIY Detail is done. Up next, we have Hero Rinseless Wash. This is type 1 or version 1 with that milky appearance or milky pinkish appearance. So this is going to have the strawberry kiwi smell, but it still performs largely the same. So we're going to go ahead and use that up because I have plenty of that. It actually now is starting to smell more like a watermelon. Strange. Like a cherry watermelon almost. Strange. Maybe it's something about the combination of fruits just happens to become like a cherry watermelon. The actual watermelon rinseless wash is not in there. It's in the jug. Anyways, this is Nemesis from Detail Co. I'm running out of this stuff, man, so I'm trying to be a little careful for future videos I want to do with this Nemesis. But in this case, we're going to do that. Oh man, we're really starting to run out of this stuff. Let me get that scent. Yeah, it's such a unique scent. I really cannot still put my finger on what it's supposed to be. I think they've already said it, but I haven't heard what Nemesis is supposed to be. It just has that unique smell to it. I just cannot explain it to you guys of what I smell when it comes to Nemesis. It's so unique and it's so good, which is why I probably am gonna go ahead and get another bottle of this stuff once I run out, if I get the chance. I really do like it. Anyways, up next, another one I do quite like is probably one of the only locally available rinseless washes out there, which is Griot's Garage Rinseless Wash. Simple enough. So this one just has a fresh scent, so it's nothing exciting. You can literally just smell the chemicals in there. Another ounce of this stuff. Now it's taking on a more bluish, like a milky grayish bluish color to it. And oh, it's something, it did something to the smell for sure. I definitely lost the cherries smell, and now it's taking on both like the Nemesis smell and the cherry smell, and of course it's got like other fruity afternotes to it. Kind of neat actually. All right, we're almost done. We're getting close. And one of the last two are going to be the O&R stuff. So this is yellow O&R, or basically Opticoat no rinse. This one also has like no scent to it. You can smell like the polymers in it, pretty much. So take an ounce of this stuff. Ooh, now it's got this kind of like a grayish, greenish shade to it now. Now it's starting to look like an experiment. And oh, it actually knocked down the smell, unfortunately. It actually kind of killed it. Oh, it actually does not smell good anymore. I can kind of smell a little bit of the Nemesis and cherry coming through, but yeah, something about this kind of killed the scent, and then along with this too. But speaking of scents, this stuff, man, O&R, the OG O&R, this is a version 6, by the way. This is the stuff, right, that got me into rinseless washing. So, Optimum No Rinse, Wash and Shine, version 6. The scents should be the same. Oh yeah. Oh, this is just good stuff, good stuff. And here's the last of it, so I think that's actually about almost 16 bottles, because we just filled it up to 7 ounces, and then the last one was about 8-ish. So that thing, I believe that's about 15 bottles if the math is right. So here's what the liquid looks like now. It's overall kind of bluish, a little greenish. Okay, and the smell is still not the greatest. So now we can pour it into the jug. Give it a little swirl. All right. And there you have it. This is Formula X, pretty much you can call it. There is another term for it when you like mix up a bunch of like sodas, but I'm gonna keep it safe here for the sake of it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. It starts with an S, and it involves with new game plussing if you play video games. Anyways, I believe that's all the rinses washes I have in the garage, all mixed into this bottle. It actually still can hold a lot of liquid, surprisingly. Where's the cap for it so I can like really shake it up? Oh yeah, it's over here. And give it a mean shake. And yeah, it just overall looks like a grayish. Oh my God, it actually looks gray. It looks like a slate gray, like liquid. Wow. Would you look at that? It actually looks like slate gray. That's so funny. But yeah, you can say I come up with a new rinseless wash, guys. I'm kidding. Just being silly. Okay, so I believe all rinseless wash in the garage has been accounted for. So therefore, it's all in this little jug right here, baby. I don't know what to call it. I mean, if you guys have a name for this rinseless wash, leave it in the comment section below. I would love to read them. Love to see your guys' creativity. But let me just give it one last scent or waft for the scent. It does have a fruity quality to it, but I can definitely smell all the like the chemically smells from like this. What was the other one that didn't have a scent? Well, anyway, you get the picture. It definitely still has that cherry little note to it, but along with more fruity scents in there. It's definitely interesting to see how it all will go accordingly. So we're gonna do the 256-to-1 mix in the bucket, and we're gonna actually put this into a spray of some kind. Probably not in the keg for sure, since that's being occupied at the moment. But yep, the mixing portion is over. Let's now take it to the washing portion of things. All right, guys, it's just about evening-ish now, right around 5 o'clock, early evening. And it still has that sort of slate grayish color to it. And whenever you swirl it around, the smell does get a little better, but you can still like kind of see or smell, or I can smell the scents kind of clashing with each other now, including the ones that don't have a scent. So the chemically smell and the fruity smells are definitely kind of fighting it out in here now, especially when I go like this to agitate it and swirl it around and all that stuff. So we're gonna give this one last little good swirl. We're actually gonna put 1.5 ounces into our sort of bucket wash, and we're gonna put that into our little bucket pressure washer from Kaiweets. We're still testing this out, and so we're gonna put that right in there. It's got that very cloudy appearance to it, just like any other rinseless wash. And then just about 2 ounces into our 4 gallons of water for that bucket wash. Definitely cannot wait to see what this is all like. All right, now I'm gonna get this actually on the car. So let's see what happens here. So we have it on the foam setting right now, just to kind of apply the product. Actually sticking to the car pretty well. We're just getting on the vehicle. We're not trying to rinse off just yet. We're gonna let the chemicals do the work. We're letting it rain, essentially. The car had a lot of like sawdust because the people, the city workers were over here chopping down some trees because they're dead. So as you can kind of see, I'm missing a tree. They had to get rid of mine. So it kind of explains the dirtiness of the car along with the usual road film and buildup from 3 weeks worth of driving to work and back and all that in between. Yep, so far nothing too abnormal other than the encapsulation and emulsification of the dirt. So we're gonna let that sit for just about a minute. Yeah, look at that. It just gathers all that dirt into those droplets of the chemical. And even like going as far as softening up the bird poo quite a bit. So with the combined powers of the rinses washes I have in the garage, it is definitely doing a number on like the bird poo, the dirt. Actually pretty cool. And that was on the foam setting, by the way, just so that I can like just apply it onto the car. It's been about more than a minute. So we're gonna turn on the 40-degree setting. You can definitely see how it like really lifts off the dirt as I'm doing this. Okay, unfortunately we just ran out of product. So we're gonna spray in just about a gallon more. We're just gonna do just a touch, a little glob of rinses wash, and then just finish it off. Yeah. Kind of wish this bucket was like 4 gallons. I think it would have been the perfect amount. All right, we're gonna start from like more towards the rear first. And as you can see, we're gonna use the Nemesis V2 sponge from House of Rags. So it has that bit of surfactant in there, but because like most of it is polymer based, definitely is killing the suds for sure. And dude, this is actually crazy slick. Actually, pretty slick, guys. Like, wow. Bird poo off easy. Yeah, this is actually pretty nice. It's slick on the glass, it's slick on the paint. And yeah, there's actually nothing much on the sponge other than a little bit of the bird poo that we didn't knock off, but that's no problem. Kind of hard to do with one hand. But yeah, the slickness is good. Nice feel to it. And I definitely can imagine that the lifting capabilities is very adequate enough, more than enough to get the most out of the dirt that was on this surface today. Yeah, it's just nice actually to use. The smell is kind of non-existent. It's kind of just like there, but it's not really like, doesn't really add a whole lot to the experience. Oops, forgot to leave my keys over at the cart. But overall, it's actually kind of surreal that is actually doing, like combining all, like a bunch of rinses washes actually does something to the experience of rinses washing. Oh yeah, like especially once you get it to like a flatter surface, dude, this thing is slick. Especially on the hood in such areas. I almost forgot to put this in the bucket. There we go. Yeah, despite the grayish appearance of the chemical, the combined chemical, and the lack of a pleasant scent of some kind. I mean, it is still fruity, but you can also smell like the clashing other scents as well. Oh yeah, of course, the wiper. And let's see if we can, if it does the one dunk, right? And yeah, look at that. Still does the one dunk test very much right. Yeah, and as I'm doing this, I'm also trying to keep the car wet just by misting from my keg right there. Just nothing like dries up too bad, but even so, it's just polymer spots or whatever, the rinseless spots, I should call it. Since it does have surfactant ingredients in there, so let's just call it rinseless spots. But other than that, it's been a very, actually, like pretty pleasant experience using this mixture. So again, what would you guys call it? Guys, because I still have no idea what to really name it. Should we call it Chimera? I don't know. That I have no idea. As you may have noticed, I have the keg now on like a hand truck that folds. Just to see if it does any better than the wheels that I had, the dolly that I had under here. I think overall the dolly is still better to use. It's just that the spacing in the garage gets a little awkward. God, the crows are loud. Otherwise, once I get used to this, then it works just okay. All right, we're gonna actually do a quick, clean on the vehicle, and it just glides right over too. But I'm gonna clay and just give my final thoughts on that mixture. I think, for the fun of it, right? You can definitely do that and get some sort of experience out of it. Is it recommended? I won't go as far as saying that. Mileage may vary because I don't know what rinseless washes you guys have. But it turns out mine was okay, at least. So I'll take that. At least for me anyway, it was a pretty pleasant experience. It definitely is amongst up there with, being the slickest and such like that. I mean, you could probably just get the same experience just by adding more of that one rinseless into your mixture and probably get very similar results. So is it really necessary to combine all your rinseless washes for that ultimate rinseless wash? Not really. It's more than just that, I guess. Of course, more rinseless wash, keeping an eye out, your technique, other things like that. Not just, the chemical itself. That's what really brings out the experience of rinseless washing. And I know I don't want to sound like a broken record in these videos, but you make the experience. You are the one who controls the rinseless washing or whatever wash you're doing. And as long as you are just applying the common sense into your washes, then you'll be more than just fine. Well, anyways, I'll be done claying almost. So I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I'm probably just gonna do some sort of like, topping off, and that's about it. With a certain other chemical that may make a quick video out of. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning into this video. It was a very fun experience just to kind of feel like a mad scientist in my garage and pretty much like, you know, combine all the powers of the rinse and wash and see what happens, you know. And we actually got some pretty pleasing results, so I'm happy to say that that is the case here. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to record the drying experience, and okay, at least with the twistress and soon the liquidator, let's just see, at least on the glass. Try the other side over there. So far it feels okay. I'll just see if I can get it all more primed up. Kind of like let it soak a little bit and then lift it off like this. And then, okay. Okay. Definitely under the towel when you're drying, it's just, I would say it's slick enough, but it definitely is going to be safe there. Again, as long as you're really careful, keep an eye out, paying attention to this sort of thing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hope I entertain you guys to some extent. And we would appreciate it if you have any comments relating to the video. So again, thank you so much. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Happy detailing.